So I'm the completely production nerd.
Okay, so you are from the other side of the music.
More or less. I mean, I also have a basic education, what I learned myself in harmony, for example, or in rhythmic. And every time I work with a different musician, I learn more. For example, with Sebastian, who's working with multi-tuplets within his drumming. This is a completely new world. I mean, I knew it in theory, what we learned back in school, but how you can use that in a metal context is completely new. And so you learn every day. But as a teenager, I never had a guitar teacher or anything, and this is something I definitely miss. So this is something I regret, but back then it was very expensive to have a good teacher, and we simply haven't had the money with my family at that time. So that's something I regret, but still I'm still learning every day. I'd rather write songs instead of soloing my ass off. I mean, that's also what you saw today. Here and there a nice lead, that's fine, but I'm rather writing songs, and this is something I can do from my perspective without being a having a university degree in composition. Everybody can write good songs if you just sit down and do it.
Yes.
Just from a different matter. I mean, there's so many guitarists or musicians out there who brought fantastic music to the table and don't have. But it's as I mentioned, it's a yes and no at the same time.
Yeah.
You would benefit from a university degree for sure, but it's also possible without it.
Yeah, I think that there are so many musicians who are very good technically, very good when it comes to talk about harmony and stuff like that, but they are not creating anything. They are not creating their own stuff, their own songs, and I think it's a big mistake for them. Okay, so tell me about your latest Obscura album, which is called Ekstraklasy. Yeah, you made a video for the title song. Tell me something more about your writing style, about your the way that you're combining some kind of metal, progressive, jazzy stuff, even a few sounds like fusion, and how to mix it together. And there's a very cool feature about your band. You have very recognizable melodies, which are quite simple, and people sing it very, very loud. That's cool. It was the only band this night that it happened.
That's actually a big aim from my perspective, since as you mentioned before, there are tons of guitar players out there, or whatever instrument they play, like drummers, bassists, who can play faster and more technical than we do, but first they should learn writing.
I doubt it.
Yeah, there's always somebody, but combining like harmony, rhythm, and a good structure, like arrangements, this is the key for my world of writing. I mean, everybody does it different. I really love to write basic tracks in a pop songwriting, like a classic chorus, a first chorus stream, mid piece, repeat it, and then it gets more and more nerdy. So I first write regular basic songs, like it all starts with a couple of riffs, memorable riffs. I don't take like a scale and say, okay, let's write something that way today. I have to say, every time I write music, I have a certain drummer in mind who's playing for it. For example, the previous drummer we had was extremely fast double bass, was playing very extreme, fast, hard hitting. That gives him more benefits for more brutal death metal, for example. But with the new drummer, who has a completely different background, you have more possibilities to write slow parts, to get silent parts like acoustic guitars, get strings into the music without having them misplaced somehow in the arrangement. And this is something I really, really love. Like working with dynamics, for example, like keeping songs interesting, but at the same time memorable.
Very cool, very, very balanced show. There are some fast riffs, fast drums, and then fretless bass. By the way, who was the person who incorporated the fretless bass into Obscura song? So was it the bassist idea or your idea? Let's get the bass, fretless bass.
Actually, albums that have been released in the early 90s, especially in Human by Duff and Focus by Cynic.
Stevie Giorgio,
Steve Giorgio
yeah.
and John Malone. I really look up to both bassists, and when we started to look for a new bassist, I was especially looking for somebody who's playing fretless. And I found Jeroen Paul Tesseling he was back in the days playing with Pestilence from the Netherlands, and together we created this kind of sound. But before him we even had another bassist called Gert Pleškatenik. He was just for a very short time frame in the band, and there we tried it the first time with fretless. So we figured it works. It works. It's a completely different sound. I mean, it's more like a near B intonation, but especially this makes it more interesting. So within the arrangements, the rhythm guitars are meant to be way more rhythmic, like they have to be accurate, while the bass has a little bit more room.
Yeah.
Way more room, and this is very interesting, I think. Especially you can underline intense parts, like playing it hard hitting, but with the very long and slow slides, especially slow and silent parts are getting, the sun is shining then.
The bass solo, the bass solo during the concert, the metal show, it is something kind of new, I think.
Yeah, Steve DiGiorgio does it since 25 years.
Okay, but it is not very common. When you go to metal concerts, you don't have a chance to see the bass solo scene here.
I think in our very small scene, like the technical and progressive death metal genre, there are a lot of people playing that. Just tonight, I mean, the bassist from Beyond Creation also does it.
Yeah, but he was also the man that have very recognizable sound of the bass.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you have to be able to play it.
Yeah,
if
of course.
It doesn't work and you play whatever intonation.
Yeah.
Then it's more like Schoenberg.
Okay. Thank you for this short conversation, or maybe not that short conversation. And I hope see you soon.
I would love coming back to Poland, and thank you very much for the interview.
Dzięki. Do zobaczenia.